What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies. We have some more news on the Michael Irvin situation here. We are still trying to find out what exactly happened, but there are witnesses, 3 witnesses that came forward on Michael Irvin's behalf to try to help clarify what is going on. Okay, so here's what we have. We know that Sunday night, Michael Irvin was out having drinks and stuff. They were doing some taping and stuff for the Super Bowl in Arizona at the Marriott Renaissance in Arizona, where Michael Irvin's staying. We heard on Tuesday that Michael Irvin had been pulled from NFL Network's coverage and ESPN as well, and we started getting bits and pieces of it. Michael Irvin originally had said that he didn't know what was going on, that the hotel came to his room and started talking to him and saying, that there was allegations of a confrontation, and he'd said, I don't know what you're talking about. They said there's a film and that he was going to need to go to another hotel and yada, yada, yada. And then he was, of course, pulled from all of the NFL Network's coverage, as well as for ESPN, where he is literally, one of the big names that cover the Super Bowl. So he filed yesterday a $100 million lawsuit against the person who accused him of we don't know what, as well as the hotel, for basically saying that they have slandered his integrity, as well as it basically being part of the cancel culture trying to cancel him. And he still doesn't know. We heard him talk on The Fan where he said, basically, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to lie low and hide out and try and figure out what's what. And then we, of course, heard about the lawsuit. So per the Dallas Morning News, this is what we got. Former Cowboys wide receiver Michael Irvin is seeking more than $100 million in damages after he says Marriott International and a female employee in Phoenix defamed him and wrongfully interfered with his business relationships, the result of which several canceled media appearances tied to Super Bowl, according to the lawsuit filed on Thursday in Collin County. The dispute derives from a lobby exchange that occurred Sunday evening between Irvin and the staffer at the Renaissance Phoenix Hotel downtown. The lawsuit, which the Dallas Morning News obtained, lists several witnesses to the conversation at its basis. The 3 witnesses spoke to the Dallas Morning News. They provided time-stamped photos. They've got photos and video indicating the conversation between Irvin and the hotel staffer during around 11:10 p.m. And most Marriott spokesman didn't immediately return the request for comment Friday morning. In the phone interview this week, Irvin had said the witness described a conversation between Irvin and the woman lasted no longer than a minute. Irvin said he shook hands with the woman and during the talk walked alone to his room. According to the lawsuit, Irvin was shocked, woken by a crew of security, and removed from the property without any explanation or questions. It is also stated that the hotel manager contacted the NFL and informed the league that Irvin had been accused of improper behavior. The lawsuit accuses the manager, when doing so, of trying to have Irvin canceled. This week, the Marriott banned Irvin from all of its properties, per the document. And you have to understand that Marriott is a partner with the NFL. That is the hotel of choice for the NFL. So, when the NFL has their official hotel, it's always a Marriott property, or at least it was. Multiple people with direct knowledge of the situation told the news Marriott had surveillance video of the encounter between Irvin and the female employee. She is listed as Jane Doe in the lawsuit. The exact nature of her accusations towards Irving are not known. Phoenix police have not received a criminal complaint related to the matter, and a spokesperson told the news Friday. Irvin, a Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee, works for NFL Media, most prominently appearing on NFL Network. He makes additional of course, on ESPN with Stephen A. I thought there was another part. Okay, this is the part that's key to me. In a phone interview this week, Irvin said he had had dinner and drinks with former Cowboys safety Michael Brooks before returning to the Renaissance. Brian Davis, Joe Manuel, and Phil Watkins said they were at the hotel bar lounge area when spotting Irvin standing there upon his return, chatting with fans, which, Michael Irvin is always going to talk to the fans. He loves people. The three men, who are business associates, hadn't previously met Irvin and are not Cowboy fans. They said Davis, who owns Mice Media and works with Watkins there, supports the Eagles. So, yeah, and here's where you have to have clarification here. Believe me, Eagle fans don't love Michael Irvin. When Michael Irvin literally broke his neck on the field, they cheered. Okay, so thinking that an Eagle fan is going to go ahead and try and side with Michael Irvin, I don't think so. All provided a similar account. Using a waitress as an intermediary, still mispronounced it, Davis and Manuel offered to buy Irvin a drink. He declined. Soon afterwards, he walked over and thanked him, explained he had a Monday morning appearance on ESPN, and the four men chatted. Irvin was asked if he'd take a photograph with them, and he said yes, but requested for the photo to be taken outside. According to cell phone timestamps Davis provided, these photos were taken at 11:08 p.m. The men returned to the lobby. Davis detailed a female staffer approaching Irvin and striked up a conversation. He recalls Irvin's hands being on his own shirt. It was very distinct, Davis said. I remember where his hands were because I remember thinking he was in good shape for an almost 60-year-old guy. He leaned over, shook her hand, and I'm telling you right now, that conversation was about 30 seconds, if it was a minute. I would be shocked, I think 30 seconds, just a back and forth. Michael walks towards the elevator. She goes back to the restaurant, and everything seems normal as possible, and that's it. Davis, Manuel, and Watkins said that to them, there was no evidence that the conversation between Irvin and the staffer was heated or inappropriate. All expressed surprise upon learning that the controversy surrounded Irvin. I didn't see anything obvious, Manuel said. It makes you wonder, look, I got a 13-year-old daughter. I'm all for respecting women and all that, but we live in a country where you're innocent until proven guilty. It seems to me that someone can make a remark like that, and a guy's reputation is at stake here. His whole livelihood is at stake. So I thought it was pretty aggressive. So that's what we have right now. Again, this conversation between Michael Irvin and Jane Doe, we don't know what happened. We don't know if this was something that maybe transpired earlier and she's confronting him and so forth. Maybe something with his room. We just don't know what that was. But it didn't seem to be that there was any controversy or any anger or any physical anything on Michael Irvin's part. But then, of course, this employee, I'm sure, went to the hotel manager. What this is my reaction to this is, not that I'm an Odell Beckham Jr. fan or anything like that, but when we first heard about Odell Beckham on the plane recently, that he was, unresponsive, and wasn't taking orders. His pants were off, and all these different things. That was a medical emergency. The dude was asleep. He'd been in a club partying all night. Okay, he's sleeping there. His pants are. He always wears his pants sagging half off his ass. That's a young person thing. And what you heard, or the way the flight attendants took it, was, this is a serious situation, and this guy, blah 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 blah. In actuality, they kind of overreacted. So we'll have to wait and see if there's more from this. Again, the only thing that we know about is NFL Network, ESPN, all basically just took the word of the hotel and the employee and stuff without doing any due diligence or investigation or anything else, or even out there being any allegations of anything. And now we have witnesses that say all this transpired in about less than a minute, and we didn't see anything that looked out of the ordinary. We'll see if anything else comes from this, but If we have anything new by the time we go on live at 9 o'clock, we will definitely be talking about it. And I'll see you guys there.